Hey, so I recently, I'm sure everybody heard of Kobe Bryant's death, um, recently, which I remember waking up to it and I was like almost in shock because the first time I heard, oh my God, Kobe Bryant's dead. First of all, I don't follow basketball. I really didn't even really know exactly who he was. So in my mind, when I hear, oh, a famous person's dead, I think, what did he overdose on on drugs or something? And then I go to find out, he died in a helicopter crash. So rest in peace to him and his daughter. Very tragic. And it wasn't long after that I saw a post on YouTube that it's right here, and it was saying Kobe Bryant predicts his own death in a helicopter. I thought, what? I'm like, I want to see the details on this. That doesn't really make very much sense. So anyway, lo and behold, I watched the video, and it's definitely come to my attention that if this video are to actually be real, um, I will conclude. I think he actually truly did reveal and prophesize his own death. How did he do that? I don't really know. It's just one of those things that are very complicated where, I kind of have an idea how, but it's just too perplexing to really put into words because it kind of ties into what I'm releasing a bunch of videos on my Into the World Prophecies, and it kind of ties into that. Um, but I don't want to make any one too distinctive conclusion on this because I really ain't very sure about very many of the details. But I figured that I had enough information that this is definitely a good video of where I can put my own input and feedback on it on what I think of, you know, the coincidence of it and does it mean anything? Was it accidental? So this video was just released on the 27th of January 2020. So the thing about this video is I'm not 100% sure if it's an authentic or legit video. Um, but due to the fact of when I watch it, it's super high quality and it actually looks like it was professionally made. And it looks like it's a Nike commercial, okay, right? Well, obviously they're not gonna use this commercial anymore due to the circumstances. So I don't think they launched this commercial. So it makes me wonder, like, well, I wonder when they recorded this. So it makes me think that this may have been recorded like maybe even a month or a few months before the event even happened, and then it happened, and now they aren't able to, they aren't going to release it and broadcast it just due to the circumstances that that would probably upset everybody, and everyone would it would just be a frenzy if there was a night commercial playing out there all over, and then this was popping up all over everybody. It would probably bring people to tears, people that are true big fans of him, because it would just be such a shell shocker. So I'm gonna play this ad here and then go over kind of my opinion on it. Um, so my opinion on this is, first of all, I don't own this video, so I don't. I'm trying to, keep my. Hopefully, I don't get monetized, but I think that's the worst that could happen is I could get monetized. But that's fine because if I make this video and then enough people are seeing it and it gets me subscribers. And before I start this video, um, all the respect in the world to Kobe Bryant and his daughter and all the victims in that helicopter crash. So this isn't a light subject, that I really feel very comfortable talking on because I know that he's a iconic figure and people that really love him, and they might take my opinions a little bit offensive, but that's why I'm just trying to put it out there. Like, I don't really know the details. I'm just kind of, this is take it with a grain of salt. I just figure this is an interesting story that should definitely have some sort of insight behind it. So let's play the video. And I need to put it in my headphones so that I don't get any sort of back feed going in. And then after we play the video, I'm just gonna go into a small what's the word? A small conclusive investigation on what I think about it. So let's just watch it and then I'm gonna talk about it. So notice what did he just say? I don't know what he just said. I can't understand what he's actually saying there.
Black Mama doesn't end. Heroes come and go. Black Mama doesn't end. Heroes come and go.
But legends are forever. So I should have in.
Okay, I hate to be repetitive going back and forth, but I'm just really trying to make out the details of what he actually says. So I'm going to go back again and try to make it out. And I'm going to point out some of the weird details that I think is really beyond coincidental. That's my main reason for making this video. It's like, this is beyond coincidental. If this are to be an actual real commercial, which I mean, it looks definitely like it's a real commercial because it's just too high quality to not be. What does... hold on. Maybe I can put on subtext. Annotations. Hey, how come it isn't... Subtitles. Yes. I want subtitles. I want to see exactly what he said. Oh, it wants me to input the freaking subtitle? Okay, let me try it one more time. I don't think I'm going to be able to make out what he actually says, unfortunately.
So I should have in.
Black Mama doesn't end. Heroes come and go.
But legends are.
So he said Black Mamba doesn't end. And I think that's the helicopter. I think that's a Black Mamba helicopter.
So I should have in.
He says something about something end. I don't really know exactly what he said, but he says something about how it ends or so how it ends or something. I really have no idea.
Black Mama doesn't end. Heroes come and...
Maybe he said so it ends. I'm thinking he said so it ends. That's actually what I think he said. And then this guy replies back, he said, Black Mamba doesn't end.
Go.
But legends are forever. But legends are forever.
Doesn't end. Heroes come and go.
But legends are forever.
So he says, heroes come and go, but legends never end. Isn't that really? That's beyond a coincidence. In my opinion, that's beyond a coincidence. Because obviously he's a legend. So why are they going to make such a direct correlation to that if it's just purely circumstantial or accidental? It's way too improbabilistic. I'm like, I'm one of the greatest detectives, investigators the world has ever known of, uh, based off all the discoveries that I have discovered and investigated and found out. It's just because my mind is sharp and I'm able to notice most details not very many people are aware of. I love it. I love being able to be one of the greatest detectives of all time. Being able to see things that most people don't even realize. So let's conclude a little bit more into the video here. Now that we've actually know what it said. Now, listen. That's sinister. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way that this video isn't being directed and prophesizing future events. In my opinion, it's always going to be my opinion on what I'm stating over this video. But I think that's a little eerie and horrific, that you have that sinister laugh there at the end. Did you hear how sinister that laugh was? It was like the Joker. It was like literally the Joker laughing. It's like they knew exactly what was going to happen. Now that we saw the video, I want to give you a quick, brief rundown and overview of my insight on it. So I'm led to believe that this is 100% authentic and real. How it could be real doesn't really matter how it's real. It's just that it is. It's just this doesn't surprise me very much because I see prophecy like this in like the Saint Malachy prophecy, the Giga Codex, the Revelation, the Apocalypse, Nostradamus, and I'm used to it. I'm used to seeing prophecies that are fulfilled and being, a revelation right before my very eyes. So for me, this is just a great piece of my collection that I can show people like, hey, here's a prophecy that a lot of people may overlook and not even notice. Like, hey, this is a real prophecy. But uh, what I'm this is not to be taken lightly. What I'm gonna say, but this is what you are witnessing. Since, in my opinion, I have concluded this is real. This is actually real. You are looking at false prophecy. That's what a false prophecy is. It's a false prophecy is by definition something that is an unexpected prophecy. So it's a false prophecy. So it's not expected to actually be a prophecy. So a true prophecy is expected to be a prophecy. Okay, so the difference between a false prophecy and a true prophecy, and it's very important to know the difference, because if you're not able to, actually wing yourself on understanding the concept behind false prophecy and a true prophecy, you're already never gonna be able to really conclude anything meaningful. So something that I've been really trying to stress and point out in my videos is the difference between a false prophecy and a prophecy, a true prophecy. So there are two types of prophecies, a true prophecy and then a false prophecy. So that's where false prophets are revealed in the Revelation, in the Apocalypse, how, oh, the false prophets. So that just goes to show, like, when it says that the false prophets will be there in the apocalypse, in the end of the world. Now you're seeing greater signs of false prophecy. So that just goes to show that it's still here. People think that things have changed and things have gone away and that it's not happening and it's not there. But now we have an update. Now it's like this is almost like the devil speaking, revealing like, yeah, he's still here, ready to destroy the world and set forth his false prophecy in motion. Now, I didn't yet actually tell you the difference between a false prophecy and a true prophecy or prophecy, but so the big difference between a false prophecy is there's somebody who actually knows the prophecy. So that's what defines a false prophecy, is if somebody knows the prophecy. So it's basically to create the prophecy. That's what a false prophecy is if you create a prophecy. So a prophecy is something that is expected to happen in the future. So anybody can be a false prophet and create false prophecy, because all it takes to be a false prophet is if you can predict the future. So if you can predict and reveal the future, you potentially, well, that doesn't mean that you can't be a true prophet, but this is where I'm going to explain what separates the difference between a false prophecy and a prophecy. So a prophecy is more like what I'm doing. I'm prophesizing. Remember that the Bible reveals that there will be the prophets of the revelation. I'm one of the I'm not a false prophet, because here's the difference. A false prophet is predicting the events that are going to occur in the future, and then they create the event to occur. That's what makes it a false prophecy. It's unexpected. Now, a true prophecy is if somebody predicts the future and then they don't make the event occur. They're not the ones scripting it or making it happen, setting it up. So a false prophecy sets it up and makes it occur and go over your head. But a true prophecy, it's not set up and it's not fake. It's actually like what I'm doing. Like all of my whole YouTube video is actual true prophecy, because I'm revealing the future of the events that are going to occur, and I have nothing to do. I have no ability to control the circumstance or situation to affect the outcome as far as making it occur, which would make it a false prophecy. So if I'm sitting here saying, hey, this is my prophecy, but I'm the one who's making my story up to make it look good and be real, it's just a false prophecy. So that's what separates me, is I don't just make, how could I just make all these prophecies or occur? How would I have any sort of control over that? Granted, it doesn't mean that it's not possible to have control over prophecy as far as what I've done. It would be a lot more obvious, and you would see signs of it. It would be pretty obvious, like, oh man, this guy's a false prophet. He's setting this up. That's why this whole time I knew I needed to get on YouTube and release my videos as soon as I could to make my name more authentic. Like, hey, I'm not making this stuff up. This is just stuff that I see and I notice, and then I have actually concluded. So I want to keep this video kind of short, so there really isn't too much to go into. So this just goes to show you more angles on the coming apocalypse that I am predicting of the future. So, you know, I don't make this stuff up. I mean, I just notice it and I report it. I just report the information, guys. Hope everybody has enjoyed the movie. Tune into all my next videos, because I'm going to just keep releasing a bunch of horror stories. Like, for me, this is basically a horror story. This is not no joke.